Sagittarius, Sun realizing Venus, Four of Cups. Yeah, you might have some regret here. And it's Queen of Swords. That's relatively defensive energy, but Queen of Swords takes that stance, and of course when she feels a need to protect her energy, feels a need to protect herself in some way, for good reason, usually because of betrayal, past pain, things like that. But you also have the King of Swords in your recent past, so you might be in a place where you're reflecting this energy to someone else, or someone else is reflecting back this same defensive stance. In your recent past, you might have felt the need to cut ties with somebody, or a job or work situation, however this resonates. You know, because you're feeling as if you didn't possibly get very much out of, you know, what it is you were doing. Now, if this is a work situation, perhaps you were feeling that you weren't really getting, or you put a lot in, but you weren't, you know, in a place where you felt you were receiving much back, or you might have regretfully cut ties with the situation, you know, because you were looking out here, Three of Wands, into something better, and something better might have turned up here. This could be very much work related, love related, however it resonates, and that, you know, some kind of temptation or some kind of toxic habits that you have been forced to address because of something that you might have walked away from, because of some kind of severing of something, which might have put you in a place where you're looking or having to see maybe your part in this story here, because you're also feeling quite passionate perhaps about a new start. Perhaps you're feeling passionate about seeing what other, you know, opportunities are out there. You know, this is double fire energy here, and you have the Sun, and you have the Five of Pentacles, which is about feeling left out in the cold, or perhaps you have left someone out in the cold, and you're sort of embracing an energy of positivity regardless. You know, the Sun energy here, Leo energy, and you're still deciding to, you know, embrace that sort of light, because you know you're heading for your Ten of Pentacles, where, you know, that's your kind of your happy place, your happy life, whatever it is you've been striving to achieve. And this could be coming because of, you know, Knight of Cups here, being offered something. Four of Swords in recovery, so you might have been feeling overwhelmed, overworked, left out of a certain situation, or feeling blocked, you know, towards forward movement. But this could be like, this is like a temporary setback here, Sagittarius, because you also have Knight of Cups, which is about, you know, something, you know, love, the love that's in your life that, you know, is there for you. You might be experiencing people showing their affection to you, or showing their appreciation for you. Perhaps encouraging you also here, Sagittarius, to not get tempted into things that you know aren't for your highest good. This could be behaviours where you haven't fully let go of certain coping mechanisms that you're used to, and these could be mechanisms that you've developed in order to, you know, tone down or calm down or even escape from your emotions. So you must be careful of that, because everything else is looking really good. You're probably needing to spend some time taking some time out. Ask for help from others. If you're feeling overwhelmed with work and you're not feeling that you're getting enough time for yourself, remember that all work and no play isn't going to help you at this moment. So you might be feeling weighed down by too many responsibilities, which is having an effect on your health and having an effect on perhaps your perspective as well. You might have also been feeling a sense of not being able to make, you know, clear decisions because of it. So you have 2 of summer, so you might be feeling as if you're wanting to have a serious commitment with someone, but you have to be able to forgive here in order for a resolution of a problem. So don't give up. You're being advised that your relationship or relationships or whatever could have come unstuck here can be healed. You might have had a falling out at work, you might have had a falling out, you know, with a loved one, and you need to stay in that energy of being able to forgive, but also don't forget that you might also need to have some firm boundaries in the Queen of Swords energy here as well. So forgive, but don't, you know, completely let your guard down. Perhaps you're not feeling like you want to let your guard down at the moment, you know, because you feel a bit perhaps hurt or pushed out. So also remember that children, your childhood, perhaps you're going back to revisit some of your childhood, or suddenly you're finding yourself connecting with children more. You know, there could be a return of people from your past that you haven't seen for a while, and reconnect with them. You might know somebody who's pregnant or who's about to have a child, or you might find yourself being able to connect with children very easily at the moment as well. You could be remembering past events differently in a good or bad light than how they really occurred. So this is an emotional sort of check for you here, Sagittarius. You know, are you overthinking, or are you being overly emotional towards a particular situation or circumstance where you might well have had your feelings hurt, hence the Queen of Swords here and the King of Swords here, and so you needing to perhaps address, you know, why you need to have some kind of time out, to have some rest, to rejuvenate, to you know, go back, be with yourself comfortably, get back into feeling the comfort of being in your own skin. You know, reconnect with yourself. If you need time to rest, take that time, honour your body, honour how you feel. In this case, the wheel, yes, that's the Fortune, Sagittarius energies. Delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck. It could be that you're going to travel or get a new vehicle, or find a new means of travelling, or just, you know, get out more, go and see a few things, go and visit a place you haven't been before. You might be having your eye on taking a trip so that you can reboot, take some, you know, have rest, because it looks as if you've been going through some quite emotional difficulties here as well. yeah, you surrender to a power greater than you. Now you might be wanting to also, typically Sagittarius, rush things or have, conclusion or have an outcome, and get, try and have your life sorted in a week, um, which isn't the case, but this is a symptom of when you might feel too much under pressure to fulfill certain maybe goals and ambitions and certain projects you might be involved in. So be mindful about the actions you're taking, and if you're biting off more than you can chew, Sagittarius. Be the light. If you have White Witch here, now you might be finding that you're also wanting to spend time on your own a little bit more, with your thoughts. Perhaps recently you felt that you've been blocked out. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So you might be closing your heart off here, Sagittarius, because of, a feeling that, you've been hurt here. Yes, and you might already have met the romantic partner you seek, but you're not rushing. If anything, you're holding back, and possibly because you have to embrace this brighter energy, push through the pain here, stand your ground, Queen of Swords. Don't be accepting, things. Don't be accepting of things that you can't emotionally handle. Take time for yourself. Step back, review situations. Step back. 3 of Wands. Step back and look. Take another perspective. Perhaps you need to go on a break. Perhaps here with the Wheel, 3 of Wands. It could be talking about you needing to get away and go and have some time to yourself, recharge your batteries, and this could be something that you might have planned or are needing to plan so that you don't burn out. Yet you have played his double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity, and also you have no, hence Queen of Swords. You're possibly saying no to something, because you need to pause, you need to pull back, you need to spend time going within a little bit here, reviewing some things. Yes, you have deep replenishment which is needed by the look of it, Sagittarius, so you're being advised to retreat, rest and be held, and ask your friends for help here. So you also have the Great Gathering. It's coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe, and this could be something that you're finding you're in the position where you're meeting more and more people who you resonate with, and people also that you don't, and that's quite normal in life, because in any given situation, for example, a new situation you might find yourself in, there will be some people that you don't resonate with, or you find them quite difficult to connect with, and that's okay. Don't take it personally. And your soul tribe are probably going to be, there could be some new people entering your life who are going to help you, who see maybe your potential. If you've stopped something, started something new, and you need to take care of your health and your strength here. Yes, spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. You're needing to do that, Sagittarius. It's a virtual emergency. You need that time alone. You need to get into nature. Perhaps you've been busy, you haven't had time, or you've created excuses. Perhaps this is a part of this double energy, that you're not doing the things that you know are for your highest good, and avoiding doing certain things that will keep your energy up. Yeah, you have also an ego victory. Your desire is coming to fruition, so keep up the good work. And it seems that you are keeping up the good work, Sagittarius, but it also appears to me that you could be a little bit depleted, and maybe you've had a lot of things that have challenged you recently. You know, maybe this is it, shit is going down with your job. Reevaluate, change your perspective, or fucking quit. You might be in a situation where there's something going on at work and it hasn't been resolved, and you know, you need to make that decision whether you reevaluate and think that, you know, whatever the situation can be solved here, you know, or change, or just, you know, change your perspective, or just leave. You might be being pushed out of a job that isn't suiting you anymore, pushed out of anything, how this resonates, person, place, or thing. You know, decide whether you want to carry on or whether you want to just leave, because there is no resolution. Yeah, also step away from the crazy making diet for a hot second. Kale and spirulina taste like arse. So eat some yummy shit, bacon, chocolate, beer, get some. You might be needing to also check your dietary habits, and you might be, I mean, if in the case that you do fast from time to time, you know, for detox and things like that, make sure that when you do fast, that when you, after fasting, you slowly, you reintegrate yourself with, you know, food, and don't be afraid of trying new food as well. Eat some food that, you know, make you happy. It doesn't, you know, eating healthily, living healthily is, you know, a great thing to do, but you know, there's nothing wrong with having a, you know, a momentary junk food minute to, you know, just indulge and enjoy food instead of being so strict with yourself. Because Sagittarius, I know as a Sagittarius that, you know, these things are important to you, your energy, what you eat. You'll be inclined to want to eat healthy foods, whole foods, you know, because your knowledge of food and nutrition is probably quite good. But don't get to a point of almost living so strictly by, you know, for example, if you're vegan, you know, you don't have to take that to the limit, to the extreme, when you might be, you know, might be good for you to eat things that occasionally that aren't following a strict diet or a strict belief system. And make a note of things that you are, or be observant, more mindful about the things you are eating. And, you know, also you've been advised that sapphire is a good stone for you right now. Sapphire is a grounding stone. It helps you feel more connected with the earth. So you're being advised to take it easy on yourself. Your health and happiness and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work, and perhaps you haven't felt that you've been treading lightly recently, and that could be because you haven't been, you know, connecting with nature enough. You haven't been allowing, you know, the flow of life. Perhaps you've been rigid in some things, and also you have sodalite, which is a blue stone, quite similar to lapis in appearance, and you're being advised to make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with other groups of like-minded people. Socialise and join in. Now there could be things that you have been invited to, things you're not doing, and sort of preventing yourself, and you know, that's reconnecting after, you know, a period of time where we have experienced lockdown and lack of social activities. Moving back into that after a period of not doing that is, you know, can be difficult. It's not always, you know, as easy, straightforward. But make sure the activities you're doing, Sagittarius, are healthy, amongst, where you feel you have your, joining up might be a craft group you want to join, or, something that, encourages your creativity, like-minded people who can inspire you while you inspire them. Make sure the things you're getting involved with are things that, yes, perhaps push you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but also be aware of the people that you're connecting with. And you won't be connecting with everybody on a soul level. Some, you might find social situations a little bit challenging, but you're being advised not to let that stop you, and find a healthy balance between, work life, social life, and your actual personal time for you, where you can recharge and, have me time, have downtime, love and let yourself be loved, but also stand your ground, because you might have felt pushed or persuaded recently, or there could have been some kind of conflict at work or in some scenario that has possibly held you up a bit or back a bit. So you're being reminded that you are unique and you can attract incredible opportunities into your life. If you believe that and keep believing in that, with this Sun energy here, and you also have the power to make an impact, and that might be something that slightly scares you from time to time, Sagittarius, because Sagittarius, you're quite larger than life, and sometimes you have an impact on people that you don't actually realise you're having, because you're gregarious, because you're outgoing, because you have this kind of quite attractive personality. So you might be impacting people and without knowing, and that comes, of course, with its own sort of negatives, if you like. And to remember that you are and always will be enough. And you might have been feeling in something, perhaps you outgrew a situation, circumstance, people, place, thing, and it's made you wonder if you're enough, or if you're good enough, or maybe the shoe just didn't fit, and that's given you some self-doubt about, your worthiness. So, focus back on you for a minute. Of course you are. Of course you have the power to make an impact and attract incredible opportunities, which you could be doing. And this could be also, it could be feeling that things are moving a bit too quickly, which is why you need to rest and retreat, which you need to bring yourself back to you, and honour your body, its energy levels, when you need to rest, when you need to pull back, when you need to be, proactive. Don't burn yourself out. You also have Freya, Nordic goddess of love. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. So don't be a wallflower and feel that you have to pull yourself back or dumb yourself down. You might well have been feeling that you needed to tread a little bit more carefully recently, and you're being advised that you kind of don't need to do that, but you also need to be mindful about who you're mixing with, what activities you're involved with, keeping an eye on what it is that makes you feel good at home in what you're doing that suits you. That can also bring you more sort of social contacts, encourage you to want to be joining up things, doing things more, being more social. And that might be some kind of hurdle you have to get through, some kind of thing that you have to acknowledge is maybe difficult, and maybe you need to look at any coping mechanisms that you might have developed that aren't particularly healthy when it comes to stress. Because if you've been under some stress here recently, Sagittarius, you know what to do to bring yourself out of it. You know how to sort of calm it down. You know how to get off the hamster wheel, if you like, the treadmill. You know exactly what to do in order to protect your health and your happiness and your sanity and your balance. Sagittarius, you are temperance, which is about balance, which is about you managing to achieve, the balance between, say, your spiritual self, your earthly self, and how you can do that, because you've probably been learning and you need to actually honour that, Sagittarius, right now. And don't be afraid to take risks, don't be afraid to meet new people, don't be afraid to, be your authentic self, because you are unique. I'm going to end your reading there, Sagittarius. I hope it was helpful. If it was, give me a thumbs up and share, subscribe if you like.